People in the US are increasingly traveling in this part of the plane. On January 6, 2025, two decomposed bodies were discovered inside the landing gear compartment of a JetBlue Airways plane at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The plane had arrived from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport following a 3-hour flight. The bodies were found during a routine post-flight inspection, which is part of a standard protocol to ensure aircraft safety after landing. Investigators are exploring whether the Stowaways boarded the plane during its time in Jamaica. People have been found dead hiding in the wheel wells of the plane's landing gear compartments located under an aircraft wings and at the front of the plane. These have been long used by people attempting to travel undetected on airplanes. Such attempts to hide in landing gear compartments have proven deadly in the past, especially in the UK and the US. The compartments open and close with the wheels during takeoff and landing, and stowaways have fallen to their deaths from these openings. In some cases, they have even landed in public spaces like a London street along a flight path.
There is another roundabout close by, which I call Dead Man's Roundabout because there's been previous times where bodies have fallen there. So it's a terrible thing.
But occasionally, stowaways survive. In 2014, a 16-year-old boy miraculously lived through a 5.5-hour flight from San Jose to Hawaii inside a wheel well. But how does one survive a trip like that when the temperature would have dropped to more than 50 degrees below zero and the air would have been thinner than that at the top of Mount Everest? We should note, of course, that flying in the wheel well of any jet is not a safe thing to do. Not only are you likely to either freeze to death or die from a lack of oxygen, but there's a good chance of plunging from the plane when the landing gear goes down. Above 33,000 feet, the lungs can't function properly without artificial pressure, making survival almost impossible. Add to that the risk of being crushed when the landing gear retracts or falling out when it deploys. So, who are these stowaways? In the UK, most tend to be men who are attempting to make their way to Europe or North America from developing countries. It has been suggested that some stowaways are trying to escape persecution in their home country or are fleeing conflict situations. Others may be hoping to find work and a chance of a brighter economic future. In the US, there were 95 attempted stowaways on 84 flights around the world from 1996 to August 2012, the FAA says. More than 75% of those attempts resulted in deaths. But here's the growing concern. If a stowaway can get inside a plane's wheel well or sneak aboard the cabin, what would prevent someone with malicious intent from getting access?